Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today I cook with Coco. I teach my friend Carla how to roast a chicken. But first, we're gonna head out to Farmer Casey's ranch with Jimmy Sutman. We'll see the expansion plans for cabins and a lodge. Well, you remember my friend Jimmy Sutman. He is the director for Purple Cat and for Isle, and there is always something happening with this organization. And we're out here in Coatesville at Farmer Casey's ranch. I love that you are expanding the reach here. We have the Serenity Garden, we have the Kit Keating Bridge.
That's right.
And we are getting ready for a lodge.
A lodge and cabins.
And cabins.
Gabba Camp.
Gabba Camp is happening very, very soon. And I think this is such an idyllic setting for your clients and for non-clients.
Right.
I mean, everyone could take advantage of this.
Yeah, it'll be your full function campground, like a mini Camp Fitch here in Youngstown or Coatesville. The idea came from, my folks with disabilities often want a vacation. A lot of them are low income, so that's a factor. But the bigger factor was they need staffing, okay? When they go on vacations, they have to have staff. God bless, if people are in wheelchairs, they need help with their morning routine or getting to bed at night. And so here, the staff that would report to Struthers or Poland or Niles or Boardman or Newcastle now just reports here, just like they're going on shift here, and then the individuals can camp out.
So what is the vision? So you're going to have, how many cabins are we looking at?
We're looking at 12 to 15 cabins, and several will be fully handicapped accessible. So it won't be like the old Camp Fitch cabent that Jimmy Sutman slept in 5th grade. I mean, it's going to be more, what they call it, glamping, which is like glamorous camping.
And what are you thinking, 2 to 4? How many people per cabin?
We're looking at 4 per cabin.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better. I did not have the privilege of going up to Camp Fitch, but I did go to Father Kane's camp.
They didn't let the unruly children come. That's why you weren't there.
And then the lodge. What is your vision for the lodge?
Well, we're going to call it Poppy's Lodge after Mike Sinchek, who was so gloriously charitable, and the Mahoning Valley Hospital Foundation, Steve Vallis, Ned Underwood, Jim Keating, thus the Kit Keating Bridge, Jim's brother. They want us to have a full camp, and they've given us money for that lodge and for this path. Swimming pools, hopefully. There's a lot. We're going to make it kind of like a mini Camp Fitch.
You wanted that pool for a while because you really need that special, what is it, 0 entry?
We need 0 entry. But we also, swimming is an activity that whether you are non-physically disabled, physically disabled, you have a high IQ, low IQ, everybody likes to swim, or everybody needs to.
Yes.
And so that's one of the activities that puts everybody on even ground, and we like that.
There's just been so many more changes. This is a half-mile path. I mean, it is smooth, no potholes. I must commend you on that.
Yeah, thank you.
And, I saw, people fishing. I love watching, the swan sitting on its... I mean, I just love how you have expanded everyone's exposure to nature.
Oh, thank you.
You had the bees and the farm, but now there's a lot more input with the animals.
This is a Golden String project, and, I'm just coming from a Golden String board meeting, and, I'm blessed. The board, especially board president Dave Blasko, always says, how do you put a price on getting folks who cannot walk into the woods? He was like, there is no monetary price for that. It's like you set your goal and you fight for it, you raise money, you take donations, you do what you can, and then when it's all said and done, there still really isn't a price.
What are you looking at the size of the lodge?
Substantial, I mean, nothing as huge as maybe the biggest lodge at Camp Fitch, but you got to have a stone fireplace, right? You got to have a little stage for us to do plays. We're thinking about putting like a respite apartment in there too, maybe.
Are you thinking
for
like
staff.
Pioneer Pavilion size in Mill Creek Park? I mean, I'm trying to envision
that would
what
be
that would
be grand. Yes, I mean, if we could do something that size, that would be glorious.
Where everyone could meet and you know really congregate.
And that's where the meals are going to be and that kind of thing.
So the path is a half a mile long. And now this is the area right behind where the hoop house and the bees and all of the farming takes place. Right. This is where you want to have the lodge.
Yeah, we're going to have the lodge. It's kind of serpentine here through the woods, and we're going to have cabins and then the main lodge. The lodge will have a deck that overhangs the water so people can fish off of. And we hope to be able to use that lodge, you know, after camp hours, maybe for graduation parties or, you know, that way it's an extra funding stream for Golden String.
And what opportunities are available? A lot of people, you've already got a couple commitments on cabins.
We have a couple commitments,
In memory of, or,
Hillbarth and King is going to purchase a cabin. Our Golden String board is going to purchase a cabin, and the cabins range from $25,000 to $50,000. The $50,000 being the most accessible cabins. But yes, you get naming rights. You can name it after a loved one. You can come stay in it. You know, we're hoping some of the families of our folks will get one, and then they can name it after their loved one. And then we're still collecting money for the infrastructure. We're still collecting money for the lodge itself. You know, again, the swimming pool. There's a lot of things that happen at camp that we want to emulate, and we're going to do everything we can to make it happen.
And so right now we'll get the infrastructure for sure underway.
Right.
But then what we really need is the funding, because right now I think construction costs are at an all-time high, the materials especially.
They are. And so we might sit a little bit. I mean, even the infrastructure is coming in a lot higher than we thought it would be. But at least, you know, that's my goal, is at the end of this calendar year, we have our infrastructure back there, all utilities back here, and we have a couple model cabins. And that way people can come and see them and decide if, you know, where they want theirs or what kind they want to get.
You know, see Jimmy, see one of the board members, because
That's
this
right.
is a very worthwhile project. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Family-owned Mayflower Woolham Insurance Group is your full-service independent agency. Our family works with a variety of insurance companies, so you have the best choices for your insurance needs. Let us find the right product at the right price. Personal lines, business, farm, commercial insurance, life insurance. Trust locally owned Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important.
We'll take care of the details.
Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old World Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Well, I am here with Rude, the dude at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. And it is never too early to start planning your parties.
No, Casey, yeah, we have our banquet room that's attached to the building here for, you know, upcoming graduations, communion, things of that nature. We also have a catering menu for offsite. So if you're interested in just letting us cook for you for your parties, we can do that. So if you want to check out our websites, you can see what we have to offer.
And what is the capacity under COVID guidelines for the side room?
Following all the COVID guidelines, we can hold up to 80 people.
Oh, so, I mean, you can still party safely here at the Magic Tree. And I gotta tell you, that menu, you have more farmers on that menu than the Canfield Fair.
Yeah, well, we love to support local here at Magic Tree, so supporting our local breweries and farms is what we like to do.
And the biggest selection of craft beer, it's all here. Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
Mara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Join the Island Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living. Join the Island Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available at $13 an hour. Given is living.
An old bank has new life as Renovadio's Tap Room and Restaurant, featuring Columbiana County's only rooftop dining, craft brews, wood-fired pizzas, and more. Renovadio's.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Well, this has been a long time coming. My glamorous girlfriend right here, Carla Miller, is good at so many things. She is a financial wizard. She is a fashionista, but she falls short. She is cooking challenged. Never cooks, does not cook, orders out quite a bit. And I said, Carla, you have got to learn how to cook. So now I'm going to teach you a very easy recipe.
And I'm really excited to be here, Casey. Thank you for having me.
We decided on a nice roasted chicken. Very easy, few ingredients, all readily available, nothing too exotic. And everybody loves a great roasted chicken, right? What is your go-to dish if you're trying to impress one of your suitors?
If I'm trying to impress one of my suitors, I make chocolate chip cookies.
From scratch?
Well, no. From that Pillsbury dough that you, yes. But maybe I've tried to pass it off from time to time as real because they are delicious.
They are delicious.
But that would be my signature, and the kitchen smells delicious, and it's an easy cleanup.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get started, Casey. I'm excited.
We are going to go over the ingredients, and Carla Miller is going to roast a chicken. For this recipe, you'll need 1 5 to 6 pound roasting chicken, kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, 1 large bunch of thyme, 1 lemon halved, 1 head of garlic cut in half crosswise, 2 tablespoons of butter melted, 1 large yellow onion thickly sliced, 4 carrots cut into 2-inch chunks, 1 bulb of fennel, tops removed, cut into wedges, 1 pound of small potatoes washed and halved, and olive oil. When you go to buy a chicken, I recommend look for one that really doesn't have hormones and antibiotics and all that thing. You know, more natural, because they really will taste better. And you don't want to go more really than 6 pounds. This is a little over 5 pounds. And as you can see, it's all natural. First thing we're going to do before we prepare it, we have to remove the giblets. So just go right there in the cavity, and there's going to be a little surprise for you.
So I reach in here with my hand, Casey. There's not a tool for this.
No, well, I guess there could be a tool, but you just go in. You kind of, you know, get in there and just, you're going to have to get your
Me and the
dirty.
chicken will be like one.
You and the chicken are one. And you know, there's going to be, you're going to really like it. You're going to get a comfort level with this bird. All right,
okay,
bud?
So I just put my hand in here
Put
and
it
pull.
in, and there's going to be a little surprise for Carla.
Oh my God, oh my God.
There it is.
Ah!
See, and they're already prepackaged. You know, that's how kind these people are. They've already, no, we're not going to do anything with this.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
I'm just going to.
Okay, I did it though.
Toss that in there.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to the sink. I'm going to rinse it and bring it right back. All right, so we patted it dry.
Right.
All right, now, don't forget to preheat the oven. 425 degrees. This is a high heat because we like crispy skin.
Right,
Okay.
right. And does that give that the nice brown texture
It
too?
does.
Okay, excellent.
It does. It's very important. So now what we're going to do is I am going to open the cavity. Use the salt and pepper, and what we're going to do is generously use the kosher salt.
Inside the cavity?
In the cavity, yes. That's good. Very good.
A little bit more? We good?
Yeah, a little bit more. You can't oversalt it. Okay, good job. Now I rubbed it around. Now the pepper.
Oh, yeah, I like this.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I was trying to make it more complicated than it actually is.
And they quit making it.
Perfect. Because I'm gonna have to talk to your mom about this pepper.
Yes, and everybody wants one, and they discontinued this model. All right, so that's good. We have a lot of salt and pepper. Slice it in half. Very good.
Okay.
Into the cavity it goes.
Both. Just one half?
Nope, both
Okay,
halves.
and we don't squeeze it or anything, Eileen.
Nope.
I just put them in there.
Just
Okay.
right in.
I'm liking this recipe.
Dunk-a-dunk.
Okay, very nice.
And we're gonna cut the garlic this way. Okay, very good.
Okay,
Very
I
good.
got it. There we go.
Good job.
Now I see all the cloves
Look how
in there.
beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Smells yummy. And guess what?
Just
Both
stick these in here too,
stick 'em
Casey?
in. You know, this bird has got a lot of room in there. Now we are going to prepare the outside of the bird.
Okay.
Okay. So what we are going to do is take this.
This is our melted butter.
That is our melted butter. And you are going to butter, I'll hold it for you, and we're just gonna butter all the skin. All right.
Okay,
now,
the bird is buttered.
Now, while I'm holding this, get that salt and pepper.
Okay.
And just very generously salt and pepper this side, and then we'll turn it over.
Okay.
Ina does not call for potatoes, but I love potatoes.
I love potatoes too.
So I added those to my recipe. First, let's get the fennel going. This is a bulb of fennel.
Okay. When I originally asked Casey what we were going to do with the rhubarb, okay, she informed me that it wasn't rhubarb, it was fennel.
So here's our roasting pan. And what we're going to do is cut off the top and
go.
And then turn it around and cut that stump off the bottom.
Okay.
Now those, you know, the top. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is cut it in half. Oh, well,
okay.
you know what?
There we go.
It's the bottom. So
There
this
we go.
is great. Now we'll just quarter them, and then we're gonna peel it off and just place it in the pan.
Okay.
We'll be right back to finish up our roasted chicken for the cooking challenged.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
This historic bank in East Liverpool has found new life as Renovadio's Tap Room and Restaurant, featuring Columbiana County's only rooftop dining, weekly live music, craft brews, top shelf bourbon, and wood-fired pizzas. Experience Renovadio's.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
Are you ready for a garage upgrade?
Absolutely.
Lose those ugly stains and even out your garage floor. Pebblestone is luxury stone flooring that everyone can afford. Ta-da! Pebblestone is made with natural stone and the strongest man-made binder. It's easy to clean, withstands moisture, and adds value to your home.
I love this garage.
Call now and receive 50% off select colors. Trust the Valley's own Pebblestone.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Okay, carrots go in. I already did those for us.
And I'm very thankful.
Oh, you know what I
that.
forgot? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh my gosh. Half of the time, I'm so excited with Carla in my kitchen. I forgot half the time. This time, half of the time also goes
that also
in the
goes
bird.
in that bird.
My God, this poor little bird is going to be stuck.
He's going to be bursting with flavor.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm just so excited to have company in the kitchen. What we're going to do, what size potatoes do you like?
You know what? I actually like these small potatoes. The ones that you picked out are perfect, Casey.
All right. Do you think
I like the Redskins.
Do you want to quarter them or do you want to have them?
Let's quarter them.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I throw these in. Because this, instead of the roasting rack, what we're going to do is this will be our roasting rack for our chicken. It'll sit right on this. And I'm also going to put our onion in here while Carla is cutting. We're going to take the olive oil and we are going to run it all over there. And then the other half of the time that I forgot to almost put in the bird because we've been gabbing and having so much fun. And then you just salt and pepper.
Look at, I'm getting the hang of it.
You are, look at her. So then you just mix it up, because you want to get the olive oil.
That's an onion.
Onion overboard. And then all you want to do is make sure that everybody gets some of the olive oil and the good stuff. Some people like to clip the wings, but I just like to tuck them. And then what you're gonna do is take these little guys, they're so cute. And there's a million ways to do this, but I like cross it, and then I go like this and cross it under, see? And then you have a nice seal, and then I just wrap it again. Now some people go all the way around the bird and truss it. I just don't bother. And then we just set this right on top of our veggies, okay?
I like it.
Now the oven has been preheated to 425, hour and a half, but my mother's oven is really good. I'm going to check this bird at 115. Carla.
Yes?
This is the chicken that you have prepared.
I love it. Look at how beautiful this is to present.
The crust is golden. I've already tested it with our handy dandy meat thermometer. It is at a perfect 165. If you don't have a meat thermometer, all you have to do is slice in right here between the leg and the breast, and the juices run clear. That's all you have to make sure of. And they did, and look at that skin.
And Casey, believe it or not, I don't have a meat thermometer.
Really?
But, but this is a great tip.
I'm gonna have to get you kitchen twine.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get you so many things.
A few things.
Now, Barefoot Contessa,
yeah,
she covers hers with foil to rest for 20 minutes. I do not like to do that because it takes away from the crispness of the skin. So we're just gonna let this rest for 20 minutes. I think Jelaine is going to join us for the tasting. And we are gonna toast Carla on her roasted chicken. Well, Jelaine, what do you think of Carla Miller's bird?
I think it looks like a picture in a gourmet magazine.
I am so excited. I never expected it to look this fabulous.
It's beautiful.
Carla, look at it. Look at the
And
roast
I
lines.
know, and
Oh.
the lines and the golden color, and I can't wait to, and
ought
the
to be so proud of
vegetables.
yourself.
I am so proud.
All right, girls, are we ready? Now, do you want white or dark meat?
I'll take white.
So everybody, let's take a little taste and let me know what your thoughts are. Everything really looks good.
It's delicious. It's delicious, Casey.
Well, don't thank me.
It's fantastic.
This
Is
would
this
be
the
our-
fennel? Oh, this is the garlic.
That's the garlic. And you know what? In the center, look at this, Bill.
Looks like a picture.
This is now baked. So feel free to go in there and just eat this baked garlic because it is sweet and sublime once it's been baked like that. And now it has the chicken flavors. I even went over my wine budget for you. And I bought Jay. It was Jane Jordan.
Excellent.
Her
Excellent choice.
Dad started Jordan. And Ken and I went to Jay on our honeymoon. Drank at the Bubble Room.
One of
There
the
we go.
Napa wineries.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Here's Carla.
Job well
Here's
done.
to your next dinner party, Carla.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I got her the cutest little placemats, and now you can use the darn things.
I can't wait. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. The recipe for roasted chicken is going to be right there, and you can thank Carla Miller later.
Thank you.
Cheers. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.